you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wonder what's in this up. It's not blessing, I'ma not be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. I said nobody feel make me feel the way you do. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. 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 My lady, you know me no forgive up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward ever, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get that low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check low. Girl, you the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know.
Check 1, 2. Yes, here we are. There we go. We're back on the Hohner YouTube channel. Thank you everyone for waiting a few moments. This is episode 163 of the Hohner Live interview series. Hope you're all doing well. It's harmonica festival time in summer. As usual, I think like 1.5 weeks ago, the Asia Pacific Harmonica Festival was going down in Wuxi, in Jiangsu, is that right? In China. Just returned from the Seoul International Harmonica Festival in South Korea. Spa's coming up. So, yeah. Pretty exciting times for harmonica players. And tonight, this is the first time we're talking to each other. We're talking to Nashville-based multi-instrumentalist Ross Walters, and we'll talk about Spa as well. We just alluded to playing blues in first position on a chromatic harmonica. He's also a wonderful teacher and has an online chromatic harmonica school. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Welcome, Ross.
Oh, thank you. It's wonderful to be here. I was excited about this.
Nice. Yeah, everybody in the chat, let us know if you got any question. Just type it in there. We got people tuning in from the US, from England, from Ukraine. So yeah, feel free to drop a line. Fantastic. Yeah, so I just told the audience, right? You're based in Nashville, is that right? And did you always live there? Did you grow up there?
I moved here in the late 90s.
Okay.
And then there's about 4 years I moved away. I moved to Washington State, and then I came back. So I was thinking I could do a little Nashville-style harmonica to kick things off, if that's okay.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, people love some harmonica playing on these streams. Yeah. We didn't check the harmonica audio yet, right?
Yeah, let's see how that is.
Let's see how it goes. Sounds really good.
I've got a track we'll just trust that the mix will be okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, sounds good.
This is an old spiritual song, "I'll Fly Away."
Oh yeah, wonderful.
Anyway.
That was very in style. Sounds very tongue blocked. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm a pucker player. I use tongue blocks for octaves.
Oh yeah.
And if for that style, there's a thing. It's kind of a fiddle thing I like to do right there.
Yeah, and that's almost like a tremolo coming from your throat, right?
What's that, vibrato?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if like the pitch is moving, but like, yeah, it's this coming from your throat, right? If you do that little split on 4/7 draw.
I think so.
Yeah, that's such a good sound, and then also, yeah, for this style, you gotta have so good control over the bands on hole 3, because that's what you're playing around with, right?
Yeah, and I guess that's really a key to country harmonica is getting those notes.
Yeah, and especially the in between, and then being able to freely or like very consciously make use of those colors.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of country harmonica because my mother, she had this AM station she listened to in California. It was Keen Radio, and they used to, at that time, it was in the 70s, Charlie McCoy was on a lot of people's tracks. And so I would hear that sound. My older brother played harmonica, so I was kind of drawn to that sound. Then, of course, Charlie McCoy released solo albums, instrumental albums, and that radio station would play some of those.
Yeah.
So, and then we had another station called KFAT. It was a kind of an alternate country station out of Gilroy, California. And that was the first time I'd heard Norton Buffalo was on that station.
Oh, I see. Would you still consider those two players like your main influences on harmonica?
They're part of my DNA.
Okay.
Yeah. I would, talking about going to spa, you know who Todd Parrott is, I assume.
Yeah, of course.
He's a guy that I kind of like to pick his brain, and I guess I'd like to get really flashy at country harmonica, really fast. And there's some things I think it's been a goal for a while, but it's funny. I don't practice a lot of diatonic.
Yeah.
I practice the saxophone a lot, and I practice the chromatic a lot.
Okay, I see. Did you start out on the diatonic or on the chromatic then?
Let's see. I started on diatonic for sure, but I started on saxophone. 1975, I picked up the diatonic in 1977, and then I started playing chromatic in 1982.
Yeah.
I owned a chromatic before then, but I really didn't start playing it until 82 about. And I was excited. It felt like an instrument that bridged the gap between the diatonic and the saxophone. And I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And when I first discovered the F sharp in the key of D, you could just push that button in. And not only could you push the button in, but you could get that grace note that I just played.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a cool lick.
Oh, yeah.
This is stuff I never play. I mean, I don't play the chromatic, but I think for the sake of the stream, it would be cool to grab mine. Of course, I'm playing Hohner. I got a Super 64X, but this is something Leon Lee from, he's in Boston, but he customized it for me.
Yeah, I would like to own that harmonica.
So I think he put like his own mouthpiece on it, like it's a new mouthpiece.
Okay.
Yeah, I never played that lick you just did. Can you do that again? Maybe we can show it to the audience as well.
So it's
Oh, okay. I was thinking about the one where you did like the little gliss, like sliding up or down.
yeah, and then adding the gliss to it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I never thought of that gliss. I see.
Yeah, I taught you something new. That's exciting.
That's really cool. I should play more chromatic. Yeah, especially having such a good instrument. This is so bendable, but it's a little bulky. Like it's really big, the Super 64X. But he worked on the slide. It's like so smooth and stuff, you know. What's the chromatic you're playing?
It's a Suzuki Chromatics.
Okay.
And I'm a definitely very loyal Hohner guy with the diatonics. I use Special 20s and Marine bands.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I put tape over the back because I didn't want to show everybody. But since you asked, but yeah, you know, when I was first learning how to play, somehow I got a hold of the Hohner catalog. And of course, this was way before the internet. And so I just would read the catalog like all the time and just think about mostly the chromatics. I was like, boy, I'd sure like to try one of those out. And then the other thing I had a Hohner artist calendar. Mm-hmm. And they used to do, so it was like, I think Rob Paparosi was in. Yeah. He was one of the months, and it would have his bio and his photo. And then Terry McMillan was one of them. And I can't remember who else. Those are the two I remember. That was probably Hohner Artist Calendar 1980 or something like that. Anyway.
You remember
I tell you, one thing I miss about Hohner chromatics is the 16-hole models and the tone I would get out of the top octave.
Yeah.
And I missed that, and I haven't been able to replicate it on these Asian instruments. To be honest.
I feel like both on chromatic and diatonic, like every brand has its own sound.
Yeah.
And I tried everything, and then I also had like one of the Joel Anderson custom chromatics in my hands, and I think they are also based on like Hohner reeds, and immediately I felt at home, like just because of the reeds themselves, sort of. Yeah, That stuff makes a difference. Do you still remember like the very first harmonicas you ever got? Like which models?
Yeah, I certainly do. See, my older brother played, and I didn't pick up the instrument until he moved out, and he moved out right after high school. And anyway, somehow there was a harmonica left behind, and it was a Golden Melody in the key of C.
Yeah.
And then we had, my brother learned out of that blues harp book by Tony Glover. And so I took that book and I just did what the guy said in the book.
I see. Yeah. I mean, there was also, my first book was also called Blues Harp, but it was by a German guy.
Okay. Yeah, so the Golden Melody, and then it's funny, I have no recollection of buying harmonicas after that. I must have at some point, but I do remember the first time I played a Special 20, a guy just handed it to me. He says, "Hey, try this." And I just loved it. I was like, "Oh, this is I want to get one of these." So that's the harps I mostly still play and still buy.
Yeah. Oh, I should have read out the comments section here. How are you doing that fiddle sounds? Was it tongue slaps? He's referring to the beginning.
So this block is 3 and 6, and then I guess I'm moving up one hole to 4 and 7. This is a G harp.
Yeah. That's the nice little sixth. Yeah. So, it's tongue blocking, tongue splits. Yeah, that's the answer.
Yep.
Andre asks, have you seen recent video on Adam Gusso's channel with him and Todd jamming? I didn't see it. I don't know.
I sure like Adam, and I learned a few things from him.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Adam uploaded any new videos lately. Oh, there are some. Oh, okay. There's a video together with Todd. That's interesting. Yeah. Should check that out. Greetings from Argentina. Jerry Friero in the chat. Hey, Ross, I'll see you next week in Saint. Andre, the best chromatic is a 10-hole diatonic. What do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to be diplomatic. But I've thought about this before. If I was forced to make a choice between the two instruments, I would play diatonic and I'd let the chromatic go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I find that professionally, for studio work and for this band, one of the bands that I play with now, I mean, it's all diatonic.
Okay.
And I was very enthusiastic about the chromatic, and I went into the studio for an artist, and I was warming up the chromatic, and then I picked up the diatonic, and he said, "That's the sound I want." He said, "I want that one." I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know, but I think that would be my choice. I would be a diatonic player if I was forced to.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Sometimes people give up instruments in order to focus on something else.
Yeah.
And I find it. I listened to an interview with Hermione Derlew, and she was a saxophone student. She made the decision to quit saxophone and focus on the harmonica.
That's crazy, right? Yeah.
But I think it worked for her. And I wondered if she would be as good of a harmonica player if she tried to play both. It's hard to say,
Yeah.
but everybody has a different path.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. I never really practiced chromatic. I always had one. I think with the Endorsi deal with Hohner 2011, they also sent me like a CX12 Jazz. And back then, I didn't have like any idea what to do with it because I wasn't playing chromatic at all.
Yeah.
It was good to have one at some point, just to serve people who wanted that Stevie Wonder sound or whatever. So that was cool. But yeah, just lately I'm playing a little more chromatic, maybe sometimes. I like playing octaves on the chromatic and stuff. But yeah. What's your opinion on JDR Troculus? Question by Andre.
I've got one. I really like it, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time. I wonder where I could. Excuse me. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh yeah, okay.
But yeah, I did like an unboxing video, and I was so impressed with the a harmonica with no valves, a chromatic harmonica. I thought it was going to be terrible, and it's not.
Oh yeah.
Really feels pretty airtight.
Yeah, I mean, I got one, but I'm not playing it. Like, I'm not allowed to, as well. But I just got it for one single student, or like for two students who never really got into bendings. So they are really happy that something like this exists, and they can play the tunes that they want to play.
Yeah. Anyway, I did. You could check my YouTube channel. And I did 2 videos featuring that instrument. One was an unboxing with a super blurry camera, and then the next one I was more casual in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And I did a thing where I did like the middle part of the instrument is just like a chromatic because it's solo tuned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So I played like the first 5 of the major scale in like 7 keys. And then I got to the cross harp key. I think I've got an A for Troculus. And then I just jammed out like diatonic style. Then used the slide a little bit. That what I like about what that instrument is doing is it's a problem that we have with the diatonic is that unless you can do overblows, you don't have a minor third in cross harp in the second octave, and you don't have a major fifth, or a major 7, sorry. Whole 5.
Yeah.
Major 7. So with that slide, I can get the flat 3 and I can get the major 7. So that solves a couple problems there, but I started fooling around with it in first position and third position. But yeah, check out my YouTube for those game changer videos.
Oh yeah, nice. But yeah, talking about other instruments, I just ordered an Arabic ney, like a flute. I just want to try it out, Because it's also like, it's not too expensive and you can travel with it. It's like easy to put in your luggage, And it will also be interesting. You kind of like hold it like this.
And as you blow across, or is it?
Yeah, you kind of have to blow across. Like that would be the hard thing, like producing a note on that thing. It will
Yeah.
be so similar to diatonic almost, because there are so many notes that you got to create yourself, and sort of like overblow and use the harmonic series, and I think it's like 6 holes only, and there's one in the
Yep.
back, something like that. So I'm excited
this
about
is,
that.
this
okay,
is,
you
this is a
play
penny
tin
whistle,
Yeah.
and it's got the 6 holes, and it reminds me of a diatonic harmonica because you have that's first position, you could call it.
Yeah.
Then that key is like the Mixolydian scale.
Yeah.
Then you could keep going around positions. I guess this is third position.
Yeah.
Then fourth position. So, yeah, this, and you could kind of half hold these things and get the chromatic scale.
If you really wanted to, right? Yeah.
Here's a same instrument, but with more keys,
Yeah.
the flute.
So, like, can you play a half step on the tin whistle for us? Like, if you half hold it?
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I think of that as a B flat. Yeah.
What's the tuning of that flute that you talked about, Konstantin? Oh, let me check. I think I picked like the most popular key people start out with. Let me check. It's Re. So in D. For some reason, that's the most popular key. Well, what's the tin whistle tuned to?
Ray.
Oh, okay.
D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why is D popular for flutes.
Well, it's interesting. This is a C flute,
Yeah.
but all 6 fingers down is D.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the same key. As the tin whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Octave higher.
Nice. Yeah. I remember I learned so much from Brandon Powers' book about Irish harmonica and like playing some of those pieces. And back then I got like the Paddy Richter tuned harmonicas in D and A or D and G. I think these were the most important keys to play these Irish melodies on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really interested in those books. And would they work on a standard tuned harmonica?
As well, I think the books are written for the Paddy Richter, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which is that? What is that? It's got a, like on a C harp is
Just the 3 below the G tuned up to an A. Yeah.
to an A, I was going to say. Yep.
Are there any other special tuned configurations you ever tried?
Oh, for diatonic, I've got a melody maker and a natural minor.
Oh, yeah.
But I haven't gone so far as to make a commitment to get those in all of the keys.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a tuning. Todd Parrott doesn't like it if you call it the Todd Parrott tuning, but it is whole. 7 is tuned down flat, so you have that minor third
Yeah,
for
exactly.
cross harp. Oh, the screw just fell out. Jeez. Hopefully I can find that. What is this? It's in a weird key, in the key of B. It's falling apart, isn't this? There it is.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's really good. That's also happening on this. I think I had one harmonica tuned to that tuning just for that particular tune by Carlos El Junco. Maybe it's an E or it's an E harmonica, I think. Yeah, and he also tuned like the 7/0 draw down a half step. I think it's an idea by Lee Oscar. And then on the draw chord, like, let's say it's a C harmonica. Like the 1/0 draw is tuned to F. And the 1/0 blow is tuned to B flat. So both on the draw chord and on the blow chord, you get the dominant 7th chord.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool. And you can do some rhythmic stuff with those two chords, and then you got this crazy bend going down from 1/0 draw F down to B flat. So that's a huge range, right? There's like a 5th in between both notes.
Wow.
Which is nice. And then you also got the 7/0 draw flatted half step here. Todd does a really cool thing on that harp. He bends and scoops 7 blow to 6 overblow.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah. Konstantin, is that chromatic by Leon Lee embossed? I'm very sure that the chromatic is embossed. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the question about embossed? Oh,
that was just about this this chromatic. I'm very sure it's embossed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've got a 64 that was customized by Brendan Powers.
Oh, okay.
Probably like 1999. But I didn't even know what embossing was, but he said he did that to those.
Yeah. These are some really good tunings.
It creates a tighter gap between the reed and the reed channel.
Yeah. That is crazy work for chromatic. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Because you got so many reeds, right? Especially on a 16 hole.
Yeah.
So in the end, you got to emboss whatever. 64 reeds, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, it's very responsive. And bendy. So. And especially the upper octave is so responsive. I can bend it down a half step easily, like up there.
Wow.
It's like he's amazing. He also played at the Seoul Harmonica Festival. And I think he designed one of the JDR chromatics. Maybe the 16 hole. Yeah. So he's a brilliant harmonica mechanic.
So you just got back from there, huh?
Oh yeah, from that festival. I mean, it's special. It's very, you could say, I mean, that's the good thing about Spa, you know? You don't have any competitions. So this festival is very competition-based. Like all the other Asian festivals. You got incredible players on chromatic. And I did some judging in both chromatic and diatonic categories. But yeah, for some reason, like blues and jazz was pretty disappointing over there. I don't know. I don't know why. If like instructional material is like missing in their language, or they're not just as interested in those styles.
It's exciting to think what a chromatic student could do with that classical technique if they studied improvisation. And
totally,
studying
yeah.
improvisation is can be a tall order because you're basically teaching someone how to be a composer, but like an instant composer, you know, improvisation. So,
yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, for classical music, it's like easy, quote unquote, to just like sit down in your room and like practice a piece with your metronome by yourself, sort of. But jazz and blues is more about playing with other musicians.
It is.
So maybe that also makes a difference. Andre asks, will we see the videos from there soon? They live streamed all 3 gala concert evenings. You can find them on YouTube. Ross, please tell us, how did your chromatic harmonica practice club start? That's a question by Andre.
It it actually started on Discord.
Oh yeah.
But I set the Discord server up as a subscription thing through another website. And there was a barrier. People would sign up for it and then they couldn't get in. And then other people would get in no problem. So, but this question is kind of like, why did I decide to do that? I think I was feeling like I've got this website and I've got these courses, and some of my courses are like 4 hours of material.
Yeah.
And I thought, what if I just did like a simple thing every week just to focus on, instead of like a giant course, you know what I mean? So that was part of my thinking. Then I eventually did move it over to Patreon. It's been a lot friendlier for people to gain access to, but if I wasn't on Discord, I wouldn't have found your Discord.
Oh, okay.
The Harmonicats thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed that when I can remember to look at it.
Nice. Yeah, it's fun to record some of those videos and to teach. I also gave a little workshop at the Seoul Harmonica Festival. I don't know, for some reason in their program it always said chromatic harmonica workshop. But I just taught about chromatic playing on the diatonic.
Yeah.
So yeah, people were super interested in that, even though the level wasn't quite as high in the jazz blues categories.
Interesting.
So you're preparing to teach at the SPA convention in St. Louis next week. Like, what will you be presenting there? What do you hope players will take away from your session?
I'm going to be doing a seminar on playing blues and C on a C chromatic.
Yeah.
So first position. And I think that a lot of diatonic players who aren't familiar with the chromatic so much may have a misconception about the key of C. Because if you think about first position on the diatonic harmonica, you've got like the lower octave.
Yeah.
And you hear players there, and then you'll hear but then the same player is going to avoid the middle octave.
Yeah.
Because the middle octave is like the non-bluesy Bob Dylan octave. It's the octave when you buy your first harmonica. So if you think about a chromatic, the whole 3-octave range of a 12-hole is tuned like the middle octave. That's what solo tuning is.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have, I don't know, it doesn't feel very bluesy, like the key of C. But what I want to teach is that I think there's also a misconception that improvising in the key of C involves a lot of blow notes
Yeah.
because we have root third and fifth are blow notes. But I'm going to start off and we're just going to learn most of the notes of the blues scale as draw notes. So
Yeah.
there's the draw C, there's the B flat below it, there's E flat
That's
above
true,
it.
yeah.
Slide is just staying in, and
If you use the C like that.
and then you can get an F and an F sharp. So
Yeah, that's very
That-
draw heavy. That's true.
yeah, so we're going to go through those draw notes, and we're going to probably play. I got to set this flute down. 12-bar blues. Right, just 3 notes.
Yeah.
Probably start there. But I just want to get everybody acquainted with that. Then I have a PDF of specific licks. I'm going to teach. And that's just triads, over the 3 chords.
Yeah.
And then it goes on from there. And I have a lick that I just added to that I learned on piano. Where am I? F. I better rehearse that one.
Yeah.
Then
That's where like real chromatic, especially classical players, would start to tongue switch, right? But I didn't do that. Didn't practice that too much on the chromatic.
then I think it's important. Those sets of notes.
Yeah.
So I've got a bunch of specific licks, and I'm working now on the tablature part. I don't enjoy the tablature part of my teaching, but sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah. Well, what do you use? How do you tap things out on chromatic?
So Winslow Yerxa has a typeface for sale that he created, and he sells it for $10. And
Oh, okay.
I've been using that typeface since 2022, maybe I bought it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for my courses, I started putting tablature, in the screen next to me, and then now for courses, I'm starting to include an ebook. So yeah, well, I learned my first presentation at SPA. I was teaching, and they said, "Can you write that on the whiteboard? The whole numbers and stuff." And then I realized I'd created an entire course. Let me see if I can. There it is. When I created this, there was no tablature at all. just kind of like shouting out whole numbers and trusting the student could use his ears.
Yeah.
And then I got to spa, and I was like, I realized that most students want something visual. So I had to make an adjustment. I had to start using tab on subsequent courses I put together. And in this practice club, here's the patreon.com/e/chromatic lessons. Or you could look up the Chromatic Harmonica Practice Club on Patreon. But yeah, tablature. And then it's tricky. It's always tricky with chromatic. Which F are you going to use? Which C are you going to use?
That's the thing that's like most confusing for diatonic players on the chromatic, yeah.
Yeah. And so for those of you that don't know, hold 2 draw is a F. Hold 2 blow with the slide is also an F. And then we've got hold 4 draw. That's where we're going to use in the blues in C. Hold 4 draw with the slide is an alternate C.
Yeah.
And it's funny because sometimes in the same song I'll use both options. And sometimes even in the same measure I'll use both options.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
they can get in really handy.
Yeah. But I like the advantage of the alternate as an expressive device. I mean, you could use that turn.
Yeah.
And there's the alternate C. Yeah. Anyway.
Just checking the chat. Yeah, it really depends on what you play before or after when choosing which C or F to play. Yeah. Yeah, I always started out playing chromatic just playing the 5/4 blow C, or like the other ones. But yeah, the others make sense too, depending on the phrase. But that was the best way for me as a diatonic player to just like kind of transfer the middle octave playing I do on the chromatic, on the diatonic to the chromatic.
Yeah.
Because that's how I got to think, like in terms of like the structure and layout.
And it sounds the same to the audience, which is always funny. Sometimes we fuss over these things, and if the notes aren't moving by too fast, it doesn't matter too much. But there's nothing like the feeling of B flat to C, just leaving the slide in.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of an issue with teaching a lot. And sometimes I don't know. It's like 50-50. You could use either one. And then I always tell my students, hey, try them both. Don't get married to one or the other,
Yeah. That's really true. Andre says, I started to play double C, unfortunately. Lol. Yeah, that's where I get confused playing chromatic. Okay, having like 3 different C's, and like if you're playing in a weird key over a weird chord, and then you don't know where you're at, especially on a 16 hole.
Yeah, it's true. My first chromatic was a 16 hole, and I couldn't really make sense of the instrument until I actually had a 10 hole chromatic.
Oh yeah.
And then that's when I was able to navigate it easier, I guess. But so in that, back to the practice club thing, I I was trying to alternate like an exercise and a song every week. So I post every Tuesday. Then it started feeling like maybe I should do 2 songs, have more songs. And but it's interesting when you start playing melodies on the chromatic, which I think is a great way to learn the instrument. And not even trying to jazz them up. Just, can you play a melody?
I guess that's a good melody for slide work. Yeah.
So that what you find when you play melodies is that a lot of times there's arpeggios. And so the week that we worked on some arpeggios, I can refer to that. Like, for instance, so that is Happy Together. Anyway, the chorus is 2 arpeggios. It's a G. That's all it is. And then it's a ascending F.
Yeah.
So once I figure, hey, I've been practicing my arpeggios, and this is the main part of the song, it all starts coming together. It makes it easier to play stuff. And when you start feeling like the scale and arpeggio work is helping your musicianship, then you get a little bit more motivated to practice scales and arpeggios.
Yeah. Ramblin' Hob also says, I can testify that song is really a workout with the slide. Yeah, I usually use that melody for like articulation and like chromatic approach on the diatonic,
Yeah.
It's a really good exercise on the diatonic too, in other ways.
What position were you in there? What was that?
Second. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It's just good getting to know like the 1 chord and the 5 chord and doing the chromatic approach, Good for blues players too. If you want to do that in the blues, yeah.
Yeah, that Mexican hat dance is it's also 2 arpeggios.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a C arpeggio. And then here is, without the half steps, that's a G7 arpeggio.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also a lot of fun to improvise over this. Because it's just like an 8-bar form, right? And then you got the 5 chord coming up early in bar 4, which makes the whole thing interesting. So, yeah, this melody and this song is just good for so many things.
And it's awkward half steps in the key of C.
Yeah.
On the chromatic. And what's funny is if you take it up a half step, it's just easy.
Very true, yeah. Oh, that would be hard, yeah. On the diatonic, a little louder. Yeah, not the best key. Andre asks, do you use tongue blocking for single notes or puckering on chromatic? What do you think is best?
I plead the Fifth Amendment. No, uh, I I'm a pucker player on chromatic,
Okay.
and occasionally I'll practice my scales with the tongue block, and I have a tremendous respect for the players that use the tongue block, and I think I can think of one guy, Gregoire Marais.
Oh yeah.
I think when I watch him, I think it's obvious that he's a tongue blocker,
Yeah.
and he gets a. I mean, I don't know how true this is, but it sounds like he gets some real subtle shading by covering part of the hole with his tongue. That's making the note. It's kind of a muted sound that he gets sometimes.
Yeah.
And then there was a classical player, Franz Schimmel, who was amazing. And he was like, if you're puckering, you're playing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I never agreed with that. But Robert Bonfiglio, he talks about the different embouchures that he uses, and he thinks there's a tone difference with the tongue blocking.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm more interested is the corner switching.
Of course.
Yeah, so that's, I don't know. My question with tongue blocking is, what if I want to, my tongue is active, it's articulating something.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
yeah, you can practice this stuff. I mean, I always like show my students that, and I practiced a little doing this on tongue blocked. But yeah, just like articulating on two-hole draw, you know. That's like lip pursed, and I'm using my tongue heavily. And if they
Yep.
can tell a difference, it's like, of course, this is just like one note, but this is tongue blocked. I don't know. I think it's still like not too big of a difference on that one note, but as soon as you're playing like an actual melody and there are different articulations in between, like, yeah, it's definitely not helpful to be a tongue blocker then.
Yeah, I guess I was sort of surprised to learn that Antonio Serrano was a pucker player.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because he came from that, I guess because I associate him with Larry Adler, and that he was playing a lot of classical music at first.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier. Like, how do you feel about using different key chromatics?
Yeah. Oh, you asking me that?
Yeah.
Well, I like the idea, and I have really been wanting to get just something that's tuned a half step lower, because I've had it happen to me twice that people have sent me session work in the key of F sharp,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, well, I've certainly practiced in the key of F sharp, but it's my least favorite key.
Yeah.
And so I did some studio trickery and I dropped the track down to F,
Yeah.
recorded the track in F, raised my harmonica part up a half step, sent it back to the client.
Yeah.
They never knew the difference, but what if I was walking into a studio? I mean, I did that in my home studio. So I've been really wanting to get a B harmonica. And I was relieved to see that, speaking of Robert Bonfiglio, that he's got a chromatic tuned in the key of B.
Okay.
And that there was a song that's is it in D major? Then he wanted to play it in the E flat position
Exactly. Yeah.
because there's trills. Because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So try to do that in D. That's an awkward trill.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder if you like really practice this hard enough, if it will actually feel very natural doing this. Like just in general, like trills between. I'm also thinking of like ornamentation, like having both like a change of breathing directions in there, and maybe even like switching holes, like trilling between 4-draw and 5/4 blow, for example, on the diatonic, stuff like that. I don't know. I want to work. That's something I want to work on. But it's hard. Terrible.
So back to Adam Gusso, we mentioned him briefly,
Yeah.
but I went through a phase where I was at least learning about the overblows and learning to do them. And it's funny, I don't think I've ever done a recording session where I've used an overblow note.
Okay.
And I think once on stage I used an overblow. And but Adam's approach was I really like it because he's like, hey, I'm a blues player and I play in 3 positions mostly, and here's how I use overblows in the context of the blues. And I think because my brother got Howard's New Directions for Harmonica. Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Decades ago, yeah. And we sat and we watched that, and it was just overwhelming to me because he was playing in every key on the diatonic. And so anyway, I did. I think Jason helped me a little bit also with overblows, YouTube channels, but this is a B flat harp.
Yeah.
So there's the overblows I never use. But I have this 5-chord lick. So that's something I never practice. But the other thing is, I can't get it to work on all my harps. They're not exactly set up for that. But I certainly admire those who are really good at it.
Yeah.
And that 5-chord lick, I like it in the lower octave too. You can just play it with bends. Anyway, when I was getting really a lot of practice in on the diatonic was when I had a job and I took the bus every day.
Okay.
And there was something about, because I'd walk between the office and the bus stop and I would play, and sometimes I was enjoying it so much I would just stop and just play for like 20 minutes. And my recommendation for anyone that wants to get good is to take the bus. That was the thing that worked for me.
Nice. I tongue block and I can't get them articulations on chromatic or diatonic, but I try. Okay. Tomorrow I will also have an interview. Oh, Andrei, he's from Ukraine. He's also doing harmonica interviews. Whom are you talking to tomorrow? Yeah, let us know. But yeah, we covered quite some stuff. I added some of the links you sent to the description box. So your website and the harmonica courses. Maybe I'm gonna add the direct Patreon link, or I'll be people being directed to it using the chromaticlessons.com.
You can find a link there. Yeah, there's a menu item that says Practice Club.
Okay. Let me do that. Just for people who are gonna watch this later so they can get there faster. The Practice Club.
Speaking of YouTube harmonica teachers, I've got a guy that I follow. I wrote his.
Oh, okay.
That's Gus Grissom. What's that say?
Grissom 5784.
Yeah, Gus Grissom.
Okay.
So he's. I think a lot of people don't take him seriously because his videos are very eccentric, and he speeds up the audio, so he's kind of talking in a chipmunk voice.
Okay.
And but he'll. I don't know. He's got a lot of like first position blues stuff, and he'll be like, "Hey, I just learned this," and I think he's got a looping pedal, and he plays guitar really well too. But so not only is the audio speeded up, but he wears these different wigs, and he's playing, and he'll take the wig on and off while he's playing.
Okay.
But there's good content there if you're a harmonica enthusiast.
I see. Yeah.
And I guess I'm a fan because he bought this off of me. He's one of my students.
Okay.
By the way, DVDs are always on sale. And it's it's about half the price of the online streaming version, if anybody's interested. And the website, the latest thing I'm working on, I'm almost done, is, so this is volume 1. I did the keys of C and G and F and D. Volume 2 was E flat, A flat, E, and A. Volume 3 is almost ready. That is A flat, D flat, F sharp, B.
Okay.
So we do scales and arpeggios, and then we get into playing blues in those keys. So the scale lessons, eventually we get to. So that was C major, C mixolydian, C Dorian, and that exercise is doing those back to back without stopping.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine the challenge of doing that in all the keys, that's basically what I'm trying to get everybody to do. It'll get you connected to the chromatic, that's for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. So I added the Patreon to the description, the YouTube links, and Power of Love tribute. Oh, that's the band. Yeah,
that's one of the main groups I'm playing with now. We travel to Sherman, Illinois tomorrow. It's a Huey Lewis and the News tribute. So we take you back to 1983 or so, and we do all the hits. And I get to play a lot of harmonica solos and saxophone solos. So, the Power of Love tribute.com. Okay. We're coming to Seattle. We're coming to Des Moines, Iowa. Charlotte, Michigan. I didn't even know there was a Charlotte, Michigan. And Holland, Michigan.
Power of Love tribute. Official website added. Yeah. So yeah, people can check stuff out. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, Andre's talking to Howard Levy tomorrow. Are you live streaming your interviews as well? I don't remember. But yeah, I want to watch that, of course. Perfect. Yeah, that was fun. I'm gonna keep everyone updated on the upcoming Hohner Live, which I'll probably squeeze in 2 weeks from now. We always got monthly challenges going down. Next up is Third Position Blues, as picked by Michael Peloquin. So we're gonna do this on August 21st, a little earlier than usual, on a Friday instead of a Sunday. But yeah, hope I can record a little announcement video as well. Perfect. Yeah, thank you, Ross, for joining us. That was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Another will be recorded. Okay, yeah, Third Position Challenge. That's it. Yeah, what's something you like to play in third position?
Let me think about that.
Well, like, I mean, this is actually about blues, like, so it's clear. Both diatonic and chromatic harmonicas are allowed.
I always like that you can get the major third in that first octave.
Oh, yeah. I want to listen to some major blues submissions as well. Yeah, that's good that you mentioned that. Yeah.
Getting that A bend on the G harp.
So yeah, please everyone send in some major blues too. All right. So yeah, everyone, see you in 2 weeks from now. Thanks, Ross. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you, Konstantin.
Bye-bye.
My lady, you know me, no give up on you never. Wanna be with you forever, 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 forever. Oh baby, where we they go? Now forward and far, backward never. Them they pray make we run down never, 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 never. I'ma get back, know. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. Money go check, I know. Girl, you're the best I know. Our next move, they never know. They never know. They never know. They never know. Without you, baby, the journey go too rough. So you know, girl, I be feeling this love. Even when I'm down, you wanna waiting this up. It's not blessing, I'ma not be luck. Baby, nobody feel day like you. I said nobody feel make me